You so much for being here to celebrate an early Valentine's Day with us. My name is Danielle, and I am on the teacher team here at Codable.
And I'm Greg. I'm the art director at Codable as well, obviously.
Yep, and he's going to be guiding you through our fun Valentine's Day directed drawing today. So he's going to get set up, and I'm going to share more information with you guys so we can get started. We have got a wide variety of grades today. I see Kansas, third grade, fourth grade, Wolf Point, Montana. We've got first timers from Ridgeview, fourth grade. Southern California, grades 2 through 6. Greg and I are also in Southern California here at Codable headquarters. We are so thrilled to have you all today. Like I said, we can't see any of you or the wonderful art you guys will be creating. So teachers, if you wouldn't mind taking some pictures and videos to share with the Codable team at the end, that would mean a lot to us. Here is today's plan. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Valentine's Day event happening now in Codable Basics. Greg will guide your class through a guided drawing. So again, you'll need paper and pencil and some creativity. And at the end, we'll have a Q&A where you guys can submit questions for Greg to answer. And during that time, you guys will also be coloring in your artwork. This is our Valentine's Day event happening now in Codable Basics, where you can create, design, and customize your very own Valentine's Day maze. And when you're finished decorating, you can code the maze, test it yourself, or have a classmate test it. And there's something very special about this Valentine's Maze event. You get to write a special message to someone you love when you're finished. And when you click send, it goes straight to your teacher's Codable dashboard, and it can be emailed right to a family member that you love, someone you care about. It's super easy to click and send. And after you complete it, you just saw kind of those cute little costumes and accessories. When you complete one maze, you will earn all of those to customize a new fuzz in Fuzz Builder. And these are limited time accessories and costumes. One other really fun announcement we have for you today is a little sneak peek of the all-new Codable typing program. All of your favorite Codable characters have left on a tropical vacation, and you're invited to join them and practice your typing skills. This will be available to play soon on Premium Plus and All Access subscriptions and at home accounts. So if you are a teacher looking to get more information, you can just email support@Codable. All right, you are going to need a piece of paper, pencil, eraser is always helpful. At the end, like I said, we'll do a Q&A. So during that time when you're listening and asking questions, you might want some coloring supplies to color in along with Greg. And this picture here is what you guys are going to be creating today. A fun, customized Valentine for someone you love. I just want to tell you guys really how exciting this moment is because Greg created all of the artwork that you see in Codable Basics, Codable Creator, the buttons, the font, helped with colors, animations, and even music. So Greg is really kind of like a Codable celebrity. So I'm super excited for him to give you tips and tricks as you draw today. And I think we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Here we go. Welcome to the Codable Drawing Studio. Today, we're going to be making a fun Valentine's Day drawing that you can give to someone you care about. We're going to be doing something a little different today, practicing something called ghost shapes, something I call them. I don't think it's a technical term, but I call them that because of the movement you make it's like you're drawing lines, but you're actually not touching the paper. So hence ghost shapes. I'm going to share my screen now. And let me just show you a little bit about what I mean. Basically, these help your hand-eye coordination when you're making the lines. If you've ever seen golfers hitting balls or basketball players at the free throw line, often you'll see these athletes do practice shots where they don't hit or actually throw the ball at all, like that. This is the same thing. Using ghost shapes gets your hand ready to draw what's next. So if I want to draw a circle here in the middle of the screen, then I would practice a few times, and then I would draw it. Boop. That is the worst circle ever, but that's fine. And that's basically it. So let's get into it, because we're going to be using these a lot, and you'll get to practice while we're making the drawing. One other thing, the purpose of this. Next, I want you to think about who you're going to give this Valentine to. Even though we're doing a directed drawing, it's good to think about why you're making this and who it's for before you start, because it may influence the decisions you make while you're drawing it. Okay, let's dig in. We have to draw with our thought of composition, where everything's going to be on the screen. So main shapes first, big things. The biggest thing on the screen is going to be this rectangle. So here we are with ghost shapes. I want it. Do I want it here? No, we're going to try and draw it. We have a lot of stuff going on peripherally around this Valentine card, so I'm going to make sure there's a lot of room on the bottom. So let's start with our first line here, and we're going to go just like that, and add a little more room over here. That is just fine. And we're going to have a floof up here with a little funny headband and some other stuff. So let's make sure we're making room for that. We're going to draw our sidelines next. So let's start over here. I want to do this. And then we're going to come down. Don't worry about straight lines. We're not looking for those. And then we've got another one. So you come across here. You're using your ghost shapes to figure out where this line's going to be. I usually just draw a little dot, and then I come down. There we are. All right. Almost done with this. We've got our floof here in the corner. So we need to have his little paws poking over. So it's not going to be a complete straight line across. So we're going to just come across a little bit like that. That's all. We're going to do a little oval. And then come across again. Do another little oval. And then come right over just like that. All right. And that is our rectangle. And we're going to have all of our fun decorating going on in here. But first, we're going to do all the peripheral stuff first. So that is going to start with our floof. Floofs have funny, giant, large, cubed heads that are covered in fuzz. So let's plot that out now with, again, our ghost shapes. We kind of want it at an angle, so I'm going to start figuring out where those angles are. I kind of want one here, so I'm going to draw that. Give it a little fuzz. Cool. And then how big is this? I want to go over here and draw the other side of his head. Do a little tuft of hair. Great. Now we can connect this. Boop. Let's just give it a little body. Oh, there we go. And then we have the top of the head. Same thing. I'm going to do a slightly larger tuft of fur up there. And then I want to give his head just a little dimension, like he's looking to the side. So we're going to do that. Okay, that is the main shape for the floof's head. Now we're going to draw the eyes. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Here is our middle mark. I want to move over to the left and draw the eyes. Floofs have very big expressive eyes. So I'm going to draw a circle there and then figure out where I want to do the right eye, which is technically his left eye. Great. And let's move on to the eyebrows, which basically echo the same arc as the top of the eyes. We're going to do that one here. And the second one's just going to be a little higher up, like, oh, what? Nice. All right. I am going to let you guys take a little more time with that and use my digital eraser, like you guys have your regular eraser, to take out some of these stray marks. All right, let's move on to the pupils. I'm gonna draw another circle that comes right in here, and then another one that does exactly the same thing. So he's looking at that card. All right, let's give him some heart decorations on his head. So we're gonna do one antenna here on the left. Boop, boop, connect those lines. And then we're gonna do another antenna here. It kind of looks like an old TV set, which is kind of funny. And then we're gonna add some hearts on top. And what do you think he needs next? Mouth. So let's make a mouth. I'd make most of all my floof mouths the same. Let's just fill that in. All right, our floof is basically done. Let's zoom out, take a look at our full composition. We're looking pretty good. Next, let's move on to our fuzz, which is going to be in our lower right-hand corner. And we want her to be at the ground level. So that's going to be about here. So I'm going to make a tiny mark there. And I don't want it to go too far this way. And I don't want the character to be here because then you can't really see it, right? So using our ghost shapes, let's figure out where we want this character, right about here. Yeah, with a little bit of overlap underneath this card. So I'm going to start by making another dot here, and then I'm just going to connect this. Let me adjust my tablet a little bit, and we're good to go. I'm going to add a little bit of fuzz to this. Don't worry about that mark, it's only there for reference. Nice. And let's add a little more fuzz down here, right? And we want to add just a little shadow to ground him. And let's add the eyes. I'm going to make them very big because I want to add some heart pupils in here as well. And the heart pupils are going to be looking directly at us. So let's put those right in the middle. And then let's give her a little bit darker on the top, a little darker on the top. And then just, you don't have to make yours a girl, you can make it whatever you want. And I'm gonna add a little mouth as well. All right, and how about a decoration for the head? I'm gonna do a little headband here. This just echoes the same line arc as the top of the head. And then I'm just gonna do a spring here. Wing. And another heart. Nice. Well, that was a lot of drawing, so you guys can go ahead and catch up. I'm going to use my digital eraser to make a few adjustments again, just like you guys can as well. So I don't like this line. It doesn't look very circular, so I'm going to go back in and fix that. And let's back up. See our full composition. We're doing pretty good. Now here we have something that's called a tangent, where you get just the edge touching another edge and it looks a little weird. So I'm going to fix that as well. And then we'll move on to the rest of our stuff. So if you make it more intentional that it's overlapping, it actually looks a lot better. See? Let's move on to our balloons. We have some balloons off to the left. And they are heart balloons too. You guys are gonna be really good at drawing hearts by the end of this. So I'm gonna draw a big one. I want it right about here. I think, yep, that's where I want it. So I'm just gonna make some one and another. And the way you make this look like a balloon is adding a little triangle at the bottom and just a wavy string. Cool. And let's see, we're gonna add another one. I wanna put it right about here. And I want the little indentation to be about right there. So I'm going to add that. Boop, boop, boop. That's going to come down like this and like that. Because that would connect there. We got another triangle and another string. And then I think I just want one more, but we're gonna even draw even less of that. So something that really makes these look like balloons is these little triangles and strings. So I'm actually going to start with that here. Connect that. Connect. And this would be here. All right, let's check out our composition. How are we doing? Not too shabby. All right. And I want one more character in here. It's going to be a little heart character with some wings. Very simple. And yes, another heart. So I'm going to just put him in there. We're going to do another one. All right, now let's do the wings. We're going to do another one. It looks exactly the same, but mirrored on the other side. Good enough. Now let's add some motion lines so it looks like these wings are flapping. And then let's give it just a nice little happy face. Yay! That'll do it for now. Let's move into our actual card decorations. This is the fun and hard part. We want to have a large enough heart that we can put whoever we want to dedicate its name into. So I'm going to figure out where I want it. Basically, this is the middle. And again, I'm going to make a line, a little dot here and a dot there. And let's just connect those by coming around. Great. Now we want the other one. Sweet. All right. Give you a little bit of time to do that. And let's move on. I want to add 2 more hearts on the very bottom here. So let's do that. And these will be our main shapes. I want to make this one a little bit smaller just because it's nice to have things uneven a little bit sometimes. All right. So next we're going to do some echoing of these lines, which basically is redoing the exact same lines we just made, but I guess echoing out from that main shape. I'm going to just start here I get a little bit closer so I can see what I'm doing. And we're just going to make more lines right around here. And this is going to take some time, so take that time, it's fine. And if you don't want to do this design, that's fine. You can put whatever. If you want to put stars, if you want to put happy faces, remember who you're sending this to. That may influence your design as well. Now we're going to do basically the same thing with these other hearts. So I'm going to do echo lines on them as well. There's one. These don't have to be perfect. Remember, handmade is always better made. So this is looking pretty good, but the fun part happens when you start overlapping and underlapping some of these lines, some of these echo lines. So let's add another one to this heart. That now we gave ourselves enough room to do this. Now you're gonna think I'm gonna run into this guy, but I'm just gonna stop so it looks like these are overlapping each other, and you get kind of a fun effect out of it. Always stop and look at it for a second, give yourself a chance to see if you're doing what you want to do. Cool. All right, and then we want to do more echo lines on the little guys. So let's do that as well. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time and correct some of my things here with my digital eraser. Nice. Right. And let's do more echo lines. And another one over here. Right. I think we're good. You can add more if you want, just little tiny hearts or stars or whatever you want. But for the most part, that's done. And you can go all the way to the edge with these if you want, but we don't have that much time. So we're going to move into the dedication part of this and who you want to send this to. I am thinking of my daughter right now, so I'm going to put her name in here, and her name is Jade. You can write any way you want. But I'm going to use these block letters. And I got one more to go. All right. And who's it from? It's from me, Dad. Let's back up and see what we got. Not doing too shabby here. It looks like it kind of needs a little bit more stuff. So let's just add a grounding line with a little grass, because I always like to put things in a scene. I'll do a little grass there and add a little bit more around. And then I want to do a few more hearts. You can give any of these more happy faces. The one thing that we need to add to this is our favorite app, Codable. All right. Now feel free to make any adjustments, erase, or change things that you want. But for me, I'm going to just start moving into the coloring phase after a couple adjustments.
All right, I hope you guys are starting to get some pictures and videos so we can see the wonderful artwork that you have created. As Greg said, he's going to go ahead and start coloring his artwork. So if you guys want to grab some markers, colored pencils, crayons, whatever you want to add some color to your Valentine, go ahead and do that. And during this time, while you guys are coloring in, you can also submit your questions in the chat. Okay, Greg, we have our first question. Do you have a favorite character that you have created for Codable?
I am quite a big fan of Kevin these days. He's our floof from Creator, and he is in the science building. He's got, I don't know, it might be like an astronaut helmet on. We don't even know. It's like an astronaut diver helmet, but for some reason, when he came out and we put a fishing pole on his head, we all just fell in love with him. So he's probably my current favorite.
Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. How long have you been doing art for Codable?
I have been here going on 8 years now. It looked completely different when I started. And if you'll notice, well, we're doing a lot of lines now, but if you look at any of the Codable art, none of it has outlines on it. And that is the way it was when I got here. So that is one of the main things, that and the whimsy and the fun and the cuteness that I've tried to retain during my tenure here.
We actually have some student comments coming in. Really sweet things being said. One of my students said he loves the art you shared today. Another student from that same class says, I love the art because it was beautiful and easy for the most part. Another class would like to know, have you ever illustrated any books before? A good question.
I have definitely. I've illustrated, I think about 4 of them. There was one about an Irish guy. I think it was some old Irish fable where this guy's boss tried to get him to do a lot of work, and he ended up injuring himself, so he couldn't do it. But there's that one, and then I did another one for another product, and it was actually in very much the same style as Codable back in the day. But yeah, about 3 or 4 of them, I believe.
Really good questions. We are getting a lot of questions, so I'll try to get to a few more while you guys are coloring in your art. How long have we been working together? Greg has been here a lot longer than I have. I've been here, I think, just over 1.5 years. So yeah, we've been working together for that long, and we've been having a lot of fun doing these live drawing events. I think this is like our 5th or 6th one or something.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this is an interesting one. Have you ever been bored of drawing, Greg?
Bored of drawing. Frustrated, yes. I think with everything, you reach a point. It's like eating. You really want to eat, and then you eat, and then you're good. But I don't know. I think probably with eating with me as well, like you want to get right back into it. So I don't think so. But you do realize that there's other things in life you should be doing, like getting up and walking and taking care of yourself and checking in on the people you love. So yeah, I guess maybe not bored, but realizing that there's other things you should be doing as well.
Another good question. What is your favorite holiday drawing? I wonder if they're referring to our directed drawings we do. That does make me think if any classes do want to go view our old directed drawings, they're all up on our YouTube channel, or teachers, you can access them from your teacher dashboard under resources. We've got our Halloween, Thanksgiving, our winter one. And they're all there if your class doesn't want to do any of our past directed drawings. But Greg, I'll let you answer that if you have a favorite one that you have done.
I do. I am a big fan of the book called Be Here Now. So my favorite one is the one we're doing right now. But if you want another answer, I will say the Gobble Wobble one from Thanksgiving was probably one of my favorites as well.
All right, we are going to take a couple more questions. I hope your artwork is looking wonderful. Don't forget to get some pictures so we can see at the end. Since we couldn't see all the beautiful art you've been working on during this webinar. Let's see, I will pull a couple more. Greg, do you have a favorite course you like to play in Codable Basics or Codable Creator?
I love the engineering courses, almost all of them, because it's almost like free play, and you set everything up and then you hit go and then you wait for everything to happen, the whole chain reaction. And for some reason, the physics in that are really, really fun for me. And then when you go from that to a free create version of that and you start making your own versions of those engineering courses, they're even more fun because these are things that you are making yourself, and then seeing how these chain reactions can help get your marble to the goal.
I agree. That's one of my favorites as well. I also really like pets, earning all the dogs and watching them grow. All right. And a last question, Greg, do you remember your very first drawing?
I do. And it led to another funny drawing, and this will be a very short story. My first drawing, I think, was Garfield the cat. And that got me drawing so much that my grandfather couldn't get me to stop drawing. So he told me to draw a picture of water, which I interpreted as a pitcher of water. And so I actually drew a picture of water pouring into a glass. And he was blown away because I think I was probably 5 when I did that. It's a story my family loves to tell.
All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, for joining us today. We hope that you had fun. We hope you send us over some pictures or videos of the art you created. Remember, you can send those over to support@Kodable.com, or you can tag us on social media @Codable. We're grateful that you all joined us, and we'd like to wish you a happy Valentine's Day.